All right, guys, I'm going to be showing you a very quick breakfast casserole. We're going to be making it using fish today because it's good to eat fish twice a week. That way you get your omega-3s in. Okay, so to start out with, I got 1 can. We got 1 can of salmon tuna, a big can of tuna here. And I got my leftover coleslaw from yesterday. I'm just gonna add that in with the tuna to kind of stretch it. We also gonna cut up some onion. Just 1 second. Let me chop up a few onion to put right in there with that. Don't worry about the eggs in it because the eggs is gonna be inside the casserole that I'm making. So you want to chop up at least 2 slithers of onion. Put inside your tuna. Make them in squares. And then you put that right in the tuna dish. This is a breakfast casserole. It's going to be made with just a can of salmon. Salmon is already steamed when you buy it in the store. So if you don't have time to make the salmons into salmon patties, it's fine. You just eat it just like it is. Just like you eat tuna fish. Tuna and salmon is the same thing. Except tuna is, you know, they kind of chop it up and they get more because they put them in smaller cans. But this is the whole tuna that hasn't been chopped. It's still tuna. Still the same thing. You eat raw tuna, it's the same thing. So what you do is add a little mayo inside of that tuna. You know, you make it just like a tuna. And then a little bit of mustard. If you like pickle relish, you can put that in there too. But we're going to use it in our casserole dish. I just mixed in the leftover coleslaw to give it some stretch, you know, so I'll have enough for the casserole. And then it tastes really good when you mix a little slaw in with your tuna. Sometimes when you want to make a sandwich out of this, you can just throw it on the bread. You don't have to worry about, oh, I need lettuce and tomato. I mean, you could still put tomato, but you already got your slaw right mixed in with your can of tuna, your can of salmon. You know, the big can of salmon, you make it just like tuna. My mama showed me this a long time ago. She said it's the same thing. The salmon is just the whole pieces of fish, just like a sardine is in the can. But when you buy it as tuna, it's already crunched up like this. You know, it's already crunched up. But it's the same thing. It's still tuna. It's still tuna. Whether it's salmon or it's tuna in the can, you know, it's still just tuna. Now, sardines is different. They're little fish, little mini fish. You know, they're not the same as tuna. Okay, so we got this good and saturated so it's not really dry when we put it in our casserole dish. We don't want dry food. This is good. It's got the slaw in there, the mayonnaise, mustard, and a little onion. You don't have to worry about sticking eggs in it. Like I said, the eggs will be in the casserole dish. Now, if you're going to make sandwiches, you might want to boil an egg for this. Okay. So, my next thing with this breakfast casserole here, I'm going to show you what to do, and I'll post the ingredients below. I'm going to have to cook my eggs because my oven is messed up. Normally, you just pour the eggs on top and the cheese and stick it in the oven and let it melt and then you eat it. But I have to get my oven looked at, so I have to see if they can relight the pilot light on it. So I'm just using a little less oil, just a little bit, because I don't have any butter. I've got to get butter. So we're going to make some eggs, guys. You're going to need 6 or 7 eggs. You want to scramble them up and leave them put inside your dish. You can make this breakfast dish during the week. If it's one person, 2, 3 people, you can eat on it. But if it's just one, like you're the only person, you can make this for breakfast and you can have it for dinner. This is the kind of casserole because it's got the fish in it. It's a breakfast dinner casserole, you know. So I'm showing you ways, shortcuts to save money. The next thing for this casserole is to make sure you boil off some type of rice. Now, the rice I'm using is just some white rice that I had in the pantry. I got seasoned of oregano, and then I got some Buffalo Ranch seasoning that I use on my chicken. I got some of this in there to give it a little flavor. Buffalo seasoned blend, and I got oregano. So you need rice, you're going to need eggs, you're going to need a can of salmon tuna, 1 can. I'll show you what the can looks like. So what we got, pink salmon in the can, just like this. It's already steamed. You just mix it up with your ingredients. If you don't have salmon, you can use 2 little small cans of tuna. Mix it up just like tuna. It's the same thing. Okay? So what you're going to do is scramble your eggs. You want to scramble them. Like I said, normally I just pour my eggs right on top of the dish and then put some cheese on it and throw it in the oven. But I'm doing a little extra work this week for casseroles because my oven pilot light is out, and I'm going to have to call and get somebody to come here, try to put that back together or light it or whatever you have to do to it. So until that's working, I just got to make extra steps to cook different things, go through the extra processes. Now this is about 6 eggs, 6 or 7 eggs. I hate for you to use a whole dozen of eggs, but you need, in a casserole, you're going to need more eggs. You know, it's best to use oven because you can pour whatever couple of eggs you have. You can even use less if you have an oven. You can use 4 because you're just pouring them across the top and putting it in the stove. But I gotta pre-cook my ingredients for everything. Okay. So let's just wait for the rice. And I have some store-bought bakery raisin bread. You can get you some raisin bread in the bakery. It's cheap. And you're gonna layer the bottom of your casserole dish with the raisin bread. Stick it right in the bottom. If you want to break it up so that you have enough to make 2 layers, you can break it up. But you just want to put enough in the bottom. Okay. Next thing, you want to go in with some eggs. I'm going to go egg, rice, tuna, and cheese. If you had drizzle of egg, you know, egg that you're just pouring on top, you want to put egg right here on the bottom because it's going to hold everything together. Okay, put your egg in. Then you want to put you some rice on there, whatever type rice, any type rice you want. Even if you want to use what they call those seeds, different cheese seeds inside of your rice, or you can use quinoa, like that. Okay, your rice is there. So you got your toast, your rice, your eggs. You're going to go in with your tuna. Twice a week you want to get your tuna in, right? To get your omega-3s. Unless you're taking a fish oil pill. I don't take fish oil, so I got to eat the tuna twice a week or some other type of a fish product twice a week to get all my omegas in. You can even go 3 times a week if it's like, you know, maybe what they call, if you eat shrimp, or if you eat what they call that other one, that white one that you cut up on salad. I forget what they call that, but I just eat salmon. That's all I like. So far you got your bread, your rice, your egg, and your salmon. Now you can use some type of a cheese. I like cheddar. This is just a blend of cheese. Put just some cheddar on there, right? And go again. You're gonna layer up some more. If you want to, you can add in your syrup. If you want to add a syrup on there. I don't know how you guys want to eat your breakfast thing. You can add a syrup, you can add a jelly, you can leave it alone, you can add hot sauce. Some people eat eggs and hot sauce. Then you want to go in with another thing of bread. Okay, this is your last layer of your bread. And again, you go in with your bread. You want to put your eggs on your casserole. Or you could do the eggs right after the cheese here if you want. And, you know, however you want to do it. But the whole thing is layered with bread, eggs, rice, tuna, and cheese. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit more of my rice right here. I'm going to show you another breakfast casserole that I make with sausage. You can use sausage and bacon, or you could just use just bacon or just sausage. I'm going to show you that one. That one you use pancake. You make some pancakes with it. Or you can make some French toast with it, because it's a real breakfast thing. And that one is really good because you're going to top it off with whipped cream and strawberries. Could also use the strawberries on here, but it would throw the taste off because it's tuna. So you don't really want to use strawberries and whipped cream. That's something like for a breakfast pancake. I'm gonna show you the breakfast casserole next time, guys. We'll do that one next week, where you're using your bacon, sausage, or just your bacon, your pancake, and egg, and your hash brown. And it's delicious, guys. I'm gonna show you that one next week. And then you just want to throw a little bit more cheese on here. Like I said, what you would do at this point is take this is your fish breakfast casserole, so you can get your omega-3s in. You would take this and stick it in the oven, melt it on 325 to 350 for 10 to 15 minutes, for about 10 minutes, just to melt it down, and that's it. That's your thing, and you can season it across the top. I'm just going to put a little black pepper on mine. And we're not going to melt anything because the oven isn't working. So just throw a little black pepper on it like that, and a little syrup across the top, and then you can cut it out and serve it on the plate. And this is your fish breakfast casserole. So you're getting your omega-3s in. There it is. Okay, I'll give you the ingredients below. It's a very good casserole. It's quick to make. Stick it in the oven, and you serve. This will serve at least 4 or 5 people, because you don't put a lot on the plate. But it's 2 of us, so we're going to eat it. Okay, let me show you what it looks like when you plate it up. Just one moment. I wish my oven was working so I could melt the cheese. Okay, so this is what it looks like on the plate. It is very delicious. And it's got your rice, your egg, your tuna, cheese, and it got layers of cinnamon raisin bread in there. So I'm going to give this one to my son, but it's very good. Here. One second, I'm going to make me a plate so we can get a bite, right? Just a second, guys. It's a fish casserole here. It's got your eggs, your rice, and your cinnamon bread. You forgot the garbage. Garbage man is out there too. You're not gonna be able to catch him now. You have to take it out later. See, that's a pretty big casserole right there. Look at how all of that's left in there. Like, if you're only one person, you could eat this all day. You know, you could eat your son for breakfast. Mine could eat it for 2 days. But it's 2 of us here, so we'll eat breakfast. And, you know, for lunch, if it's still here, eat some more for lunch. I might even get away with not cooking. Who knows? But I doubt it. So, it's very good. Got the fish in there. You're getting your omega-3s in there. Anyway, I think my phone was upside down. But it's so delicious, guys. With fish, you want to kind of stick with cheddar cheese. But you can use any type of cheese you want. And like I said, with the rice, you can use quinoa. You can use any type of rice you want. I wouldn't use oatmeal because it would be too soggy. You could even put grits in there if you wanted to. And it is so, so delicious. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. I'm going to eat my breakfast casserole. And you have a good rest of your day. You can also make it into salmon croquettes if you wanted to. Bye-bye.